All right, let's go on a journey. We're diving deep inside one of the most common, yet maybe one of the most complex processes in all of modern engineering: welding. You know, from the car you drive to the skyscrapers that shape our cities, we rely on welds every single day. They're like the invisible stitches holding the fabric of our world together. But have you ever really stopped to think about what's happening inside them? I mean, on a microscopic level? Okay, so let's get right into it. Because what looks like a simple, clean bead of metal on the outside is hiding a secret. Inside, it's a chaotic, microscopic universe. And it's in that tiny, hidden world where the strength, the safety, and the performance of that entire connection gets decided. Yeah, this secret world, this is the battlefield. It's where the fight for a perfect bond is either won or lost. And understanding it is absolutely everything. See, here's the key. If you can understand how this microscopic landscape forms, how all the tiny metal grains grow and shrink and lock together, then you can start to control it. And to even begin to explore this world, well, scientists need a very special set of tools. So, how do they do it? How do they peek inside this hidden space? Well, they have what you could call an investigator's toolkit. And we can basically break it down into three main categories: tools for seeing, tools for analyzing, and of course, tools for testing. First up, you've got the tools for seeing. These are incredibly powerful microscopes that act like our eyes. They let us zoom way in and actually see the weld's internal landscape, what scientists call its microstructure, right down to a single crystal grain. And what's cool is that each method gives you a different piece of the puzzle. Scanning electron microscopy, or SEM, gives you these amazing detailed close-ups, kind of like a high-res photo of the terrain. Then you have optical microscopy, which gives you a wider, more zoomed-out view of the whole landscape. And then there's EBSD, which is incredible. It creates this detailed color map that shows exactly how all those tiny crystal grains are pointing, which tells you almost everything you need to know about the weld strength. But, just seeing the structure isn't quite enough. You also need to know what it's made of, and that's where the tools for analyzing come in. These tell us the exact chemical recipe of what's going on in that weld zone. Think of these tools as chemical detectives, like CSI for material science. An EDS scan can create a map showing exactly where different elements like aluminum or copper are hanging out. An EPMA can zoom in on one tiny spot and give you a precise breakdown of the ingredients, which is so important for sniffing out any unwanted, troublemaking materials. Okay, so we've seen the structure, we've analyzed its chemistry, but here's the million-dollar question. Is it actually strong? And for that, well, you just have to test it. And this is where things get physical. I mean, scientists will literally push, pull, and sometimes even smash the material to find its limits. They'll test its hardness, they'll pull it apart to measure its strength, and they even use this wild technique called nanoindentation to poke it on a microscopic scale, testing the properties of a single tiny grain. So with this whole powerful toolkit, investigators could see, well, everything. And as they did, they started noticing a pattern, a recurring problem, a villain hiding in plain sight, right there at the boundary between the metals. Every good story needs a villain. And in the microscopic world of welding, that villain is a class of materials called intermetallic compounds, or for short, IMCs. So here's the deal. When you try to weld two totally different metals together, let's say aluminum and copper, they can react right at the boundary and form these super thin, brittle layers. The thing is, they aren't strong and flexible like metal. They're actually more like glass. They're rigid and they're incredibly prone to cracking. And this quote from the research man, it just hits the nail on the head. As these brittle IMC layers get thicker and thicker, the entire weld becomes fragile. It loses its ability to bend and flex under pressure, and it can fail suddenly and catastrophically with absolutely no warning at all. So, if these IMCs are the villain of our story, how are engineers and scientists fighting back? Who are the heroes? Well, the answer is to make the entire welding process itself much smarter. So instead of just making a weld and kind of hoping for the best, the new way is this continuous intelligent loop. First, they predict, using advanced computer models to forecast exactly how the microstructure is going to form. Then, while the weld is actually happening, they monitor it in real time, using things like AI-powered sensors. And finally, they optimize, using cool techniques like wiggling the laser beam to actively control the weld and stop those nasty IMCs from ever growing too thick. You've got to understand, This is a total game changer. We're moving away from a world where we're basically just forensic investigators finding flaws after they're already there to a world where we can prevent them from ever forming in the first place. And this new level of microscopic control, this is where it gets really exciting. It opens up an incredible new frontier, one that goes way beyond just sticking two pieces of metal together.
We're talking now about additive manufacturing. It's basically 3D printing, but with high-tech metal. And the core idea? It's really just a continuous, super precise, perfectly controlled weld, building something from the ground up, one microscopic layer at a time.
By controlling the heat, the cooling, the chemistry of every single tiny layer, we can literally design and build materials with custom-made properties that have never existed before. We're talking about creating materials that are stronger, lighter, and more resilient than anything we've ever been able to make. So the next time you see a weld, don't just see a simple seam of metal. Remember that hidden universe inside it. And think about the incredible future that's being built, not by just joining old materials, but by designing perfect new ones, one microscopic layer at a time.